In the heart of the Second World War, all roads lead out of Europe, and for many, they lead through Casablanca. This city, perched on the edge of the African continent, has become the world's most desperate waiting room. It's a sun-bleached, sand-swept purgatory, caught between a past that's been devoured by conflict and a future that remains agonizingly out of reach. Here, the air itself feels heavy with unspoken stories, with the ghosts of lives left behind. The war breathes through every doorway, a constant, unseen presence that shapes every transaction, every glance, every whispered conversation. For the fortunate few, Casablanca is a brief stopover on the path to freedom in Lisbon, and then America. But for most, it is the end of the line. A bottleneck of humanity where hope is the most valuable and volatile currency. Day after day, refugees barter everything they have, jewels, memories, dignity, for the precious papers that can grant them passage. An exit visa, a transit letter. Each one is a key, each stamp a turn of the lock separating a life of persecution from a chance at a new beginning. The city thrives on this desperation. Vultures and opportunists circle the vulnerable, selling false hope at exorbitant prices. Police roundups are a daily spectacle, a brutal reminder that even here, the reach of the Third Reich is long and its grip is tightening. In this chaotic landscape of fear and ambition, one establishment stands as the central hub of Casablanca's nightlife, a place where all these currents converge. It's called Rick's Café Américain, an oasis of sophisticated denial in a desert of grim reality. Inside, the lights are low, the music is soulful, and the rules are deceptively simple. No questions asked, cash is always king, and personal feelings are best left outside. The owner is an American, Rick Blaine, a man who cultivates an aura of absolute neutrality. He sticks his neck out for nobody. He is a fortress of cynicism, his past locked away as securely as the cash in his safe. His only confidant seems to be Sam, the pianist, whose music provides the cafe, and Rick himself, with its very heartbeat. The clientele is a perfect microcosm of the city. German officers enjoying French champagne, refugees gambling their last francs, resistance fighters hiding in plain sight, and the corrupt officials who profit from it all. Chief among them is Captain Louis Renault, the prefect of police. A man of flexible principles and endless charm, who navigates the treacherous political waters with a wry smile and an open palm. His friendship with Rick is a dance of mutual benefit and witty cynicism. Tonight, a petty criminal named Ugarte approaches Rick, his usual bravado laced with genuine fear. He boasts of his latest score, 2 letters of transit stolen from murdered German couriers. These aren't just papers, they are priceless artifacts. Signed by a high-ranking Free French general, they cannot be questioned, not even by the Germans. They are a guaranteed exit from Casablanca. Ugarte asks Rick to hold them for him, sensing the walls are closing in. Rick, though disgusted by Ugarte's methods, reluctantly agrees, hiding the letters in the one place no one would dare to look, inside Sam's piano. His timing is impeccable. Moments later, the formidable Major Strasser of the Third Reich arrives, his presence casting a chilling pall over the cafe. He is here for one reason: to prevent the renowned Czech resistance leader Victor Laszlo from escaping Casablanca. And he knows Laszlo will need letters of transit. Just as Strasser makes his intentions clear, Renault's police, on Strasser's orders, move in to arrest Ugarte. In a chaotic public display, Ugarte is dragged away, his pleas for help to Rick met with a cold, unmoving stare. Rick sticks his neck out for nobody. The letters, the keys to freedom, now sit silently with him. And then, the past walks in. A woman's voice requests a song Rick has forbidden Sam to ever play. As the first few notes of "As Time Goes By" drift through the room, Rick's carefully constructed world shatters. He storms over to the piano but stops dead. There she is, Ilsa Lund, the ghost of Paris, the source of the deep wound he nurses with bourbon and bitterness. Her presence is a physical blow, and with her is the very man Major Strasser is hunting, her husband, Victor Laszlo. The reunion is a maelstrom of unspoken history. For Rick, the sight of Ilsa rips open a scar he thought had long since healed. For Ilsa, it's a confrontation with a choice that has haunted her. And for Laszlo, Rick is merely a cynical saloon keeper who might be their last hope. The air crackles with tension. The cafe, once Rick's neutral kingdom, has suddenly become the epicenter of a conflict both deeply personal and global in scale. Later that night, alone and drunk, Rick demands Sam play the song again. The melody transports him back to a happier time, to Paris before the occupation. A time when he wasn't a cynic, and Ilsa was his whole world. Theirs was a whirlwind romance, lived under the shadow of impending invasion. They knew their time was limited, which made every moment more intense. They planned to flee together. But on the day the Germans marched into the city, Ilsa never showed up at the train station. She sent only a note, saying she could never see him again. No explanation. The rain poured down, washing away their future, and leaving Rick with a betrayal that would curdle his idealism into a permanent, protective bitterness. He fled to Casablanca to forget, but a man can never truly escape his own heart. Now, she is back, and she needs his help. Laszlo's work is too important. He must get to America to continue the fight. But the only way out is with the letters of transit, the letters Rick now possesses. The tension comes to a head in a powerful act of defiance. When Major Strasser and his officers begin singing a German patriotic song in the cafe, Laszlo, with quiet authority, marches to the bandstand. He orders them to play La Marseillaise. For a moment, the band looks to Rick. Rick gives a subtle, almost imperceptible nod. It is the first crack in his armor of neutrality. The French national anthem swells, first led by Laszlo, then joined by the entire room of French patriots and refugees, their voices rising in a passionate, tearful wave of rebellion that drowns out the Germans. It is a moment of pure, unbridled spirit, a declaration that even in this place of exile, the fire of resistance has not been extinguished. Furious and humiliated, Major Strasser retaliates immediately. He orders Captain Renault to shut the cafe down. Renault, ever the pragmatist, feigns shock at the discovery of gambling on the premises as he collects his winnings and closes Rick's doors. The sanctuary is violated. The game has changed. That night, Ilsa returns to the empty cafe to confront Rick. She pleads with him for the letters, appealing to the man he once was. But Rick is walled off by his pain, his words dripping with the venom of a man betrayed. He refuses. Desperate, Ilsa threatens him with a pistol. But she cannot bring herself to shoot. The weapon falls from her hand, and the facade crumbles. She confesses the truth she couldn't tell him in Paris. When she met Rick, she believed her husband, Victor Laszlo, had been killed in a concentration camp. She fell deeply and truly in love. But on the very day they were to leave Paris, she discovered Victor was alive, sick and in hiding. She had to go to him. Her duty to her husband and to the cause he represented forced her to abandon the man she loved without explanation. Her confession shatters Rick's bitterness. He understands. His love for her, buried under years of resentment, resurfaces. They share a moment of renewed connection, acknowledging that the Paris they lost is still a part of them. In that moment, Rick's internal compass shifts. The cynical saloon keeper begins to recede, and a man of conviction, the man he was before Paris, begins to re-emerge. He knows he must help. Rick's mind begins to work, formulating a plan that is both ingenious and incredibly risky. He approaches Captain Renault with a proposition. He will arrange for Laszlo's arrest on a minor charge, just long enough for Rick and Ilsa to use the letters of transit to escape to Lisbon themselves. He plays directly to Renault's greed and his disdain for Laszlo, framing it as the perfect crime. Renault, believing Rick is reverting to his old selfish ways, eagerly agrees to be at the cafe that night to witness the arrest. Simultaneously, Rick sells his cafe to his rival, Ferrari, ensuring his affairs are in order. He tells Ilsa to trust him, to believe that everything will work out. He lets her believe that she will be leaving with him, that Laszlo will be left behind. He is setting a stage, and every player has a part, whether they know it or not. The final act unfolds on a fog-soaked runway at the Casablanca airport. The Lisbon plane waits, its propellers slicing through the mist. Rick, Ilsa, Laszlo, and Captain Renault are all present. But the plan Rick described to Renault was a lie. When Renault moves to arrest Laszlo, Rick pulls a gun on him. He forces Renault to call the control tower and clear the plane for departure. He hands the letters of transit to Laszlo, his instructions now clear and firm. Both Ilsa and Victor are getting on that plane. Ilsa is stunned, heartbroken. She believes Rick is betraying their rekindled love. But Rick explains with a clarity that cuts through the fog and the engine noise. What they had in Paris was real, and they will always have it. But if she stays, she will regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, and for the rest of her life. He tells her that inside, they both know she belongs with Victor. She is part of his work, the thing that keeps him going. He is making the choice for both of them, sacrificing his own happiness for a cause that is bigger than the problems of three little people. In a heart-wrenching farewell, he sends them away. Love is traded for a far larger victory. As Laszlo and Ilsa walk toward the plane, Laszlo turns to Rick, acknowledging the magnitude of his sacrifice. The engine roars to life, a sound of finality, but also of hope. Just as the plane begins to move, Major Strasser, tipped off by Renault, arrives on the tarmac. He tries to stop the takeoff, but Rick stands in his way. When Strasser draws his own weapon, Rick does what he must, and the Nazi major falls. The police arrive, sirens wailing. They look to Captain Renault for orders. This is his moment of decision. Will he arrest his friend, the man who just held him at gunpoint? Or will he choose a different path? In a final, definitive act of friendship and newfound principle, Renault looks at his men and tells them to round up the usual suspects. He has chosen his side. As the plane carrying Ilsa and Victor disappears into the night sky, Rick and Renault are left on the runway. Casablanca keeps its secrets, but a man has found his soul. Rick has lost the woman he loves, but he has regained himself. He is no longer a neutral observer. He is back in the fight. Renault, ever the survivor, suggests they leave Casablanca themselves and join a free French garrison. As they walk off together into the fog, two unlikely allies, Renault remarks that this could be the start of a beautiful friendship. The story of Rick's Cafe is a story of sacrifice. It's a testament to the idea that in a world consumed by darkness, the most profound act of love can be letting go. It's about the quiet, difficult, and necessary choice to place duty above desire, to serve a cause greater than one's own broken heart. Because sometimes, the right goodbye doesn't just save two lives, it helps save the world.